What is up, and what in the Christian Wilkins is going on with the former Raiders defensive tackle? All right, we got to talk about this story. So, obviously, a few days ago, the Raiders cut their biggest free agent acquisition last summer in Christian Wilkins, big defensive tackle. He used to play for the Miami Dolphins, big free agent. The Vikings were trying to get in on him. I think the Patriots were too. Ultimately, chooses the Raiders. This year, 1 year into his massive contract, he gets cut. And pretty much what we know for sure is that there was some sus activity going on. We don't know exactly what it was. Sounds like an HR thing. Reports have been that he kissed some teammate on the forehead, which, yeah, that's weird, I guess. But sometimes teammates joke around and do stuff like that. So I don't tend to believe that was the main thing. The main, I should say, report that came out is because he had an ankle injury and he didn't really want to treat it the way the team wanted him to treat it. So that was actually the real reason why he got essentially cut. But then other things started coming out, like there was more to it than just the ankle injury. So I think ultimately, with a new head coach, with Pete Carroll coming in with the Raiders, they just didn't want to deal with drama. They didn't want to deal with a player that wasn't going to do everything that he and the team thought was best for his ankle and for him to play with the team. That was the main reason. But then I think all these other things added. But one of the rumors was the kissing on the forehead of the teammate. There's other rumors that I don't necessarily buy. It's just Twitter gossip, but that he was kissing some teammates' feet or some random stuff like that. Again, I mean, I don't know. A lot of these things sounds like you're crossing the line, but then again, I mean, the kissing the feet one for sure. But I'm saying, if you're kissing a teammate on the forehead and you guys have some internal joke going on or something, it's hard to tell with things like that what is crossing the line, what is not, especially when you don't know. And we are all outside of that locker room pretty much, so we do not know. But videos have come out from obviously, random plays here and there throughout his career, and I wanted to show you guys because I think it's pretty funny. So let's look at this video that came out, and it's been going around on Twitter. It's pretty funny. So let's take a look. So that's him right there with his fingers in the guy's crotch area. Look at this again. Yeah, he's trying to get a field ski. There's a whole bunch of videos coming out of stuff like that he's been doing. One of his teammates did speak.
There's obviously been a lot of controversy around the defensive line group after the release of Christian Wilkins. How have you seen your unit be able to leave that as just outside noise and hone in on your craft?
Yeah, we pretty much just kind of moved on from the situation. I really don't want to comment further on it. But I will say that, whatever you're going through as a person, athlete, non-athlete, whoever, whatever your struggle is, if you got something going on in life, just, talk to somebody. Get some therapy. Whatever your deal is your deal. Somebody out there in this world full of billions of people is willing to listen. They're willing to listen, hear you out, and help you work through whatever you need to work through. But don't make any hasty decisions.
All right, so that was defensive tackle Adam Butler talking about it. So obviously, the guy, whatever Christian Wilkins was going to, from the sounds of this, seems like he was struggling with some stuff. But the videos that have been coming out of him, like I said, from just plays, and I've heard that, at the bottom of this is him at Clemson dancing around. So he seems like a goofball, to be honest. Keep in mind that Clemson team also was led by quarterback Deshaun Watson. So I know everyone's high and trying to figure out what's on the Epstein list. Let's figure out maybe what's on this Clemson list and see what's going on there. What were these guys up to? But, here's another video of him after a game. Again, he's kissing the guy. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Maybe it's an inside joke or whatever. But the chasing guys down. The internet's a crazy place. So yeah, we don't really know what's. This is just a crazy video. This is the one that's been going around. What's he doing in there? Yo, this is so weird. So again, this one too, Josh Allen gets all mad at him. You can't really tell in this one what he's doing, but he's number 94 right there. I'll try to pause it if I can. So, here we go. So this right here is his arm, and it looks like it's going to the front side of Josh Allen. I don't really know what's going on, but Josh Allen reacts in a way that's like, yo, man, get out of my space. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Weird situation. But, from someone I know that has played college football before, I will say this. The bottom of these piles, apparently, stuff happens. Guys get punched and grabbed in the wrong areas. Eyeballs try to get poked out. Anything they can do to try to get a loose ball or a fumble. So, I don't know. I never played football, but certainly it seems like Christian Wilkins has a lot going on, even from his former teammate now talking about it. It sounds like he was dealing with some stuff, and we can only speculate. Nobody's really saying anything. But at the end of the day, what matters about when it comes to the football side of things, he's not on the Raiders anymore. He is a free agent now, essentially, once that all gets settled. And we'll see who tries to get themselves a defensive tackle. He only played 5 games last year and had 2 sacks. So wasn't his most productive, but again, he was dealing with an injury, and we'll see. But I just think if I was a team, I would leave that alone for this year. I would roll with my team unless I had an injury and kind of was desperate for a defensive tackle. I don't want to bring in a guy that possibly needs foot surgery, and we'll see. Obviously, you give him a year's time, maybe he gets fully healthy. This kind of dies down, and we'll see what goes from there. But we need to dive into that story. It's just a random training camp story that's been going around and kind of dominating a lot of the news. Other than that, everyone's got pads on. They're on the field, and the Hall of Fame game is Thursday. So I can't wait for that. That'll be a lot of fun to at least watch some preseason football. None of the starters are expected to play. It is the Chargers. Trey Lance is supposed to start for them. They're playing the Lions, and Hendon Hooker is supposed to start for them. So again, none of the stars are playing, but nonetheless, football is here. I'll be coming back on this week, and we'll keep looking into camps, and I'll preview the AFC South this week.